Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper here in the pipe rest, and just finished a pipe, my 314? Let me look here. My Peterson, yeah, Peterson 314, beautiful little pipe. Always loved these from the get-go. P-lip, not big on the P-lip, but still like the pipe, you guys. Took the dogs on a walk and finished that up, but that's not why I'm talking today. Actually, I'm talking today is in another installment in my Doug Outdoors video series. And this one's on skinning deer. Now I got a doe this week. I got to get her cut up and with the wife, and I'm blessed to have a wife who does all the cutting of the meat because she used to work in a meat market, so that helps me out tremendously. So I skin and then I keep her company after that. So do what I can, do the heavy lifting. But anyway, thought it'd be kind of interesting to do a how to skin video. It's a very quick one. I just looked through some of the videos, or some of the clips before I did this intro, and it is pretty quick. It's not really super in-depth, but if you've never skinned a deer before, if you're interested in, maybe don't want to, but you're just kind of interested, this will be a good video for you. So guys, I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, this is the first thing I want to show you. This is what's called a Wyoming knife. And so it's a single blade that's got an edge here, and then it goes through this piece here. Actually, if you flip it around, this is actually covered, it comes off. So you got this straight edge blade here, and it kind of curves down here and makes another edge there. Very, very nice blade to use and tool to use. My taxidermist turned me onto this. I say my taxidermist like I have it done all the time. I've had one mount done. But he turned me onto this. There's one thing you got to watch with this though. So this is a gut hook, right? And it's also to run through the skin. So I'll show you here in a minute, but you get down to skin like this and you just pull that along. When you're gutting a deer or field dressing a deer, I guess is the better way to say it. Out in the woods, that's why they call it a gut hook, because you stick it down towards the belly, and then you bring it up here and it opens up that chest cavity, or sorry, that abdominal cavity, so you can get the gut sac and whatnot out. And then this blade here is more, or this edge here I should say, is more used for once you're skinning the animal. Now, I will say one of the hard things to do, I'm trying to get more orientation right here, is to keep your thumb up here when you're using this like that, okay? A lot of times I've gone like this and ran my thumb right up into that blade, and you only do it a couple times before you learn your lesson. I usually keep it like this, and then just kind of, I'll have one hand pulling down the skin, which I hope to show you, and then just kind of scrape like that as you're pulling the skin down. So that's the Wyoming knife, guys. There's different versions of this, but I really like this one. I like the steel, and it does a good job. So let's get into this thing. Okay, you guys, bear with me because I'm going to have to do this single-handedly. The first thing we want to do is we want to take this up here. We want to cut all the way around here. Now, I've got her hanging. I should back up a little bit. This is a doe I got. I've got her hanging from, I call that a triple tree. I don't know what it's called, but I've got a chain fall. You can hang it from anything that you want, really. But this is run through her back legs. So I can show you here. What you do is you make a cut between the back leg here and that tendon, which the chain's in the way, that tendon there. You have to be careful, one, you don't cut through that tendon. And then as we're doing this cut here, we're going to cut all the way around here and around the back. Again, you got to make sure you don't cut that tendon. That pops off and the deer falls on the floor. So I apologize for the shoddy camera work here. The other thing I noticed on this one I've never seen before, maybe you guys can help me out with this, is look at this thing. She has some kind of, it's almost like a callus or something. I don't know. It's interesting. But it's on the skin on the outside. I'm not too worried about it. I looked at the gut pile and there wasn't anything to be worried about. So what we're going to do is, so on this side, you see where I cut down the same way here, so I can go through and I can put the tag there. We're going to cut this down here, all the way down to the center. And this will all be cut as well. We do the same thing on this side. We're going to cut down there. And then this will be flap over the back, and we'll be able to pull this around the legs. So let me get started here since I don't have a cameraman, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, this is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be because I'm trying to, well, not get my finger in front of the camera for starters. I got the leg here, the skin peeled back. I got the cut made here that goes all the way down to there. Now some guys, they'll actually cut through this in the field and they'll cut through the pelvic bone. I don't do that. I don't think it's, for me, it's not necessary. It's not a bad thing. So now we're going to take our gut hook portion. I'm going to slide it right in there and just slide that down, just like that. There we go. As you can see, that just peeled that back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm sorry guys, I can't show you doing this, but I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pull or lightly bring my blade down here as I'm pulling that skin back. That'll pull that down off that back leg. Okay, you can see now how I got that down. I got that pulled down, and I'll try to spin it around here. I pulled down to the tail here. Now, when you're out in the field, the butthole and the grill parts gets cut out in the field. Just because as you pull the gut sac out, it's all attached. So it just pulls, if you do it right, cut through it right, it just pulls right out. You just got to watch, make sure that you get it all the way down, you get your knife down deep in there so it all comes out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the base of the tail is right here. So this is the tail, and that is connected right here. So I'm going to take a hacksaw, cut that off. And then this is the part, I apologize guys, I'm not going to be able to show this on video because I need both hands. But this is the part I was telling you is I'm going to pull on this and then I'm going to cut along here if needed. A lot of times, like if I pull on this right now, see that pulls down. It's a fairly fresh deer. I got her last night, so it'll do that. A lot of times it won't pull down like that. The easy part is here. Now when you get down to the back, which is, down here, it starts to get harder. And you got to go around the other side and you got to kind of trim up some of that stuff. Back up here a little bit. When you start doing that, it gets harder. So that it takes a lot of knife work. And then down, obviously down to the head where I already took her head off, but you just peel it off the end then. Now, one of the ways that you can do this is if you take a golf ball, let me come up here and show you. If you have a winch, a lot of guys do it with four-wheelers and stuff, which I don't suggest because it's easy to lose it. If you have a golf ball or a rock, you put it in there, and you bring it around, again, one-handed, sorry. You bring it around and you tie it off like that to a rope, and that gives you enough. You do that like somewhere down in the back here, and then you tie the other end of that rope to a winch, and you can pull it all the way down to the shoulders fairly easy, and it works out pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and get her skinned the rest of the way. But guys, that's pretty much how you skin a deer. That's my way of how you skin a deer. And I apologize for the camera work and whatnot, but that's how you do it. And once that's done, you can go to, cutting it up, and maybe we'll do a video on that another day. Okay guys, so we got her all the way down to the neck. This is the part I was telling you about. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So basically, if I can get it to focus, you come in here with this knife and you just you cut all this stuff out like that, and just keep cutting around while you're pulling. And that's what gets the neck out. And turn her around here real quick. Let's see if the light's better. Probably not. Right there. And just any of this stuff. Just all this stuff's trying to hang on. So you just keep, and it's kind of tedious, but the neck's the hardest part, I think, to get off. But yeah, that's her all skinned up and almost ready to go. So guys, that's all I got. Hope you're all doing well. I'll go back to work. Till next time, you take care.